Hello, beautiful. I want to remind you of something that I just realized might need some reminding. I was just speaking to a friend of mine. Your death is predestined. Your soul decided your day of birth, the various experiences along your path that are going to contribute to your awakening and remembering who you are and remembering what matters to you in this world and what sort of energy you want to be a part of creating in this world. And your soul knows the perfect time for you to transition and to move on to the next phase of your soul's journey, which we as humans call death. But there's no such thing as death. We don't see the idea of death is that we cease to exist, that all the opportunity to be and to become ends when you die. It's not true. You are in a constant eternal state of becoming because you are a part of source of God. And that universal evolution is why we choose to come and be in these physical bodies, having this life experience to contribute to that. So when we see death, we can grieve. And with everything happening on the planet right now, with all of the atrocities, the genocide, the starvation, the greed that contributes to conflict in regions where there is a lot of poverty, and the people, just the nations, just really deserve an opportunity to grow. They deserve a break, but greed doesn't allow it. We will have our moments, our periods of deep, deep grief for the world that we have created as humanity, and what we've sacrificed in order to have the luxury, the um, artificial sense of success and abundance. And we're opening our eyes now. But death, the death process is as sacred as life, it's part of life. And the soul chooses its time because the soul, before we come here, we can see. We choose this life specifically with a particular mission. I want to be a part of this, and this is the family and the community that is going to support me in activating and triggering and helping me know what matters. So I'm choosing them because they're going to support my soul's journey and purpose and evolution and my awakenings. They're going to activate it so I don't remain in a zombie state stuck. I want this life to have meaning, so I'm choosing it. And if you're like me, you bit off a lot, but you knew you could handle it. So my friend asked me, can we change if we decide we don't want to die in that way or on that at that time? Can we change it? And this was my response. Would you trust the you that is in this body with your ego and your fickle tendencies to sometimes get caught up with unnecessary details and to focus on one aspect of a situation, to be in your ego and triggered by your fear and by resistance, with your tendency to disassociate and bad habits? Would you trust this version of you or the part of you that is soul, that was in its pure state of consciousness and unconditional love without the ego, no fear to make your decisions? The part of you that is the God force, would you trust that part of you to make? Well, that part of you made that decision and said, right, at this point in your life, this is the best position, the best point. You are best equipped at this point in your life to transition and move on to the next part of your evolution, because you've done all you can do here to grow and help to expand your collective consciousness, because we're an extension of a whole. We're connected to all of humanity. Or would you prefer, just because we love people and we want to keep them around and we don't like the idea of death because we think it's awful, we associate such negativity with it, we'd prefer for them to stay here just dead inside? No more evolution, no more growth, just for the purpose of. Would you really want to live forever just to exist? What if you stuck around longer, it became really dense and unbearable because you couldn't grow here any further? Why would you want to do that? It's like us mommies saying, it's like, it's, it's you would you love your child at every stage, and sometimes you wish they remain babies, but really you don't. If you do want them to go back to infancy, that is a dysfunction. You want them to evolve and grow. So your soul has infinite wisdom, and you've made so many decisions. You chose who you're going to meet, what you're going to experience, and I know that I would choose a death that has meaning, a death that impacts change. If that's what my mission was, if I came here into this life knowing I want things to change for my people, I want things to change in the world, I want that which is hidden, that which has been distorted, that which has been lied about, to be revealed, because I can always reincarnate again, I can always come back, or I can continue to exist as a part of God, as source, as universal energy, and experience the life force as an extension, because we are not disconnected. We don't only experience the life force when we're in this bodies, we only experience it in a particular way in this body. So we can be fully present and we can feel the impact of the atrocities on our planet, and we can also honor the process that we call death, the transition of all these many beautiful souls at the various stages and ages, because they have infinite wisdom. They have chosen what matters to them, and their death, so-called death, their transition matters. And if we look, we'll see that, oh, well, it has made an impact, and it is affecting change, and it is bringing to light things that have been hidden for so many years. And now we know we've been funding and feeding into and supporting these greedy elites and oligarchs, and buying into their businesses, telling ourselves, oh, this is a lifestyle. In the meantime, we're struggling to meet our needs, we're struggling to take care of ourselves, and we're just making these people richer. If we all stopped supporting them, what would happen? What would happen to their empires? You see? So, every soul decides when they're going to transition, go through the death process, that which you and I call death, at the time when it has the most meaning for them and the most value, and it serves them and what they love and the collective to the best of, to in the best way, in the highest way. We've got to start to treat death as sacred, and not to see it as this evil thing that, like the spirit of death or the angel of death, is this dark thing that comes to rob us of something precious. This life is not so wonderful. There are many versions of existence. This is yes, it's precious, it's beautiful, but it's not the be all and end all of everything. We've made this so precious that we've lost ourselves. We've sold our souls. We should live as though this is just one stop on our journey, but a precious one that determines the value of the next visit, the next stop on the journey. And recognize that the transitioning process, the death process, is sacred and precious, and it means that a soul has graduated, has done what it's come here to do. Why can't we celebrate that? Why can't we see our grief as evidence of something beautiful that has been here, that has left a print and has become more? Why can't we see that the pangs of longing as something beautiful, as evidence of something powerful, and honor those souls and not see it as something that's been lost and is missing and has been stolen and is absent? Why do we see death through shortage?